It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Black Goat Elf, Dotta Puppet too. Bearsnake by the ocean blue. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Kobolds and Dream Masters soar, putting their root on the door. It's Wizard Wednesday forevermore. Wizard Wednesday, lore at the core. We are a cult with a world of our own, never forgotten or magic is known. It's Wizard Wednesday, it's Wizard Wednesday. Let's read from the book of lore, legendary wizards at the core. Don't get lost in the quantum shadow, abracadabra is our magical manifesto. Wednesday. Wednesday. Eat a donut, set your soul on fire. The sacred flame on a funeral pyre. The seventh gate with golden locks. The nightmare imp with a treat box. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday.
It is October 16th, 2024. Believe it or not, it's Wizard Wednesday, and it is, of course, a good day to join a cult. Channeling in from the Quantum Downs, this is the Black Goat of the Wood, Elf J Trul, and I've got some friends on stage with me.
What's up? It's the Orange Puppet Dotta, and we've got a very special guest up today. But also joining me is...
Yo, it's Bear. What's going on?
What's going on? And we've also got Board up here. Hey, Board.
What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's
Happy
almost
Wednesday.
Halloween.
It's
almost
Halloween.
It's
Spooky
Halloween.
season.
This year I'm going as Mudang.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
What about you guys? Have you got a costume yet?
Man, I think you stole the one that I wanted. Mudang's my favorite.
We can go as twins.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be Moo, you be Dang.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, right. I can be in the caboose. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, we got a big show today. And in fact, as Board mentioned, it's almost Halloween, and we are going to talk about some details of the Halloween event today. And then we're also going to have another guest. I think Sasha and Oz are going to come on later and talk about the game that they've been building. So yeah, two guests today. I think we've got a lore reading. We've got some cult questions. Dotta published something interesting on Twitter today that I think he wants to talk about. And if you haven't seen, we just published some images of our 3D Warrior collection, which is coming out very soon. I will post it to the top. And yeah, so the first sort of iteration that you will be able to use these warriors in is, of course, the upcoming Halloween event. So Board, I've got a bunch of things I want to say about it, but do you got anything you want to say to kick it off?
Oh man, this is going to be a game of who can not reveal more than they're supposed to today.
Yeah.
with Bearsnake probably losing.
Me last
I'm
week.
assuming.
Well, good place for us
I'll
to start with the main disclaimer, which is none of this is in writing yet. So everything you hear on the space is probably true, but please wait for an official announcement.
Yes.
Subject to change up to and including the minute everything starts. Well, I'll let you guys share the details because I think that's really fun and you know you're the best to tell the story. But I will say that this is now going to be the second annual voyage into the dark realm. We did an awesome Halloween event together last year. It was a ton of fun, and I'm assuming that none of my other partners are listening because I'm going to say that it was my favorite one so far. So nice. I'm really excited for the part two. And for those who did participate last year, there might be a few familiar callbacks that they will experience. So that's all I'll share for now. But I'm excited to get to the 28th and play along with you guys.
Yeah, Board, I agree. I think it was one of the best events in Web3, the Halloween event we did with you guys last time. And so, of course, we wanted to do it again. And before I get into the details, I just got to say, I am so impressed with Board's team at Edison. It's just amazing how fast they can make such quality. I'm just like always shocked with just how good their stuff looks and how quickly they put it together. I mean, honestly, you guys probably work a little too fast. We should probably start like a month earlier than we do. But
I'm glad you say that. I'm constantly frustrated that we don't move faster. And that's not to sound like an arrogant founder, but like stuff like no one has attention spans in this space, and you got to pump things out fast. And likewise in your direction, you guys crank and you ship, and that's why I'm always happy to work with you, because you're not all talk. You guys make it real. So we're gonna make it real together.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, let me give a few details, and of course, like we said, this is all subject to change, but this is what we have so far. Of course, so the first big thing, of course, is you will be able to play as your wizard, warrior, or soul. And the real big deal here is the warriors, of course. Although, what's funny is I think it's going to be a big deal to play as souls too, because I think we actually missed that last time accidentally. So really, this is kind of the debut of the Warriors and Souls, like in a proper metaverse experience. But yeah, it'll be the debut of the Warriors. So that's really exciting. The launch day, it's gonna be on a Monday, October 28th at 1 p.m. PST. But if you can't make it, don't worry. This whole thing will be open 24/7 for 3 days, from the 28th to the 30th. So you don't even necessarily have to make it at the launch event. Although I would recommend that you do, because that'll be probably the most fun time, because that's when like the Magic Machine team will be all logged in, and that'll probably just be the biggest attendance, I would guess. But you don't have to, like, if you can't take off work for something for Monday at 1 p.m. PST, it's okay, because you'll have literally 3 days, 24/7, that you'll be able to jump in there. So that's number one. Number two, so the basic game mechanic. There's going to be 2 teams, Might versus Magic. I think you can guess who's on each team. But if you can't, the Wizards and the Souls will be on Team Magic, and then all the Warriors will be on Team Might. If you do not own a Wizard, Warrior, or Soul, you can still play. You'll be able to choose whichever team you want, Might or Magic, and you'll be given a default Pumpkinhead character. And you can play on Team Might or Magic with those. Also, if you've played Edison events in the past and you have your own character rig, like I think the Yuga Apes, for example, you can use that character, and your
that's fun.
and your ape or whatever will have a little wizard hat or a warrior helmet placed upon their head.
What?
Yeah, and you'll be sorted into Might or Magic. The Might versus Magic battle will reset every 24 hours. So you can actually join Team Magic one day and then join Team Might the next if you want. At the end of each 24 hours, the winning team will be declared, and then a new game will start. In addition to this Might versus Magic battle, there will simultaneously be a solo mission for every single player who jumps in. And that solo mission is you will be collecting black magic donuts. And this, of course, plays into our whole donut point system that we've had going. So we have a new donut. It's called the Black Magic Donut. And you will be able to collect 100 donuts every day. So you'll want to come back every 24 hours and collect the new donuts. and if you're good, you'll be able to accrue a total of 300 donuts. But that said, the winning team of each day will be awarded an additional amount of donuts. So like the max donuts you could get is collect 300 every day for yourself, and then if you're on the winning team every 3 days, that'll give you the most amount of donuts. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the basics. There's of course a lot more details about the actual game for Might versus Magic. There's a few other like surprises in the game that you'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, Board, did you want to add anything to that? Did I get anything wrong?
No, a very important side note that those 100 donuts, I'm personally going to make sure that they're very difficult to get all 100 of them. You might be able to get 90,
nice.
95, but if you get 100, well, you're a special person. But I'm going to make it very challenging for you.
Sounds like
Board,
a challenge.
I also heard that you're baking them fresh every day. Is that right?
Yep, back in my woodshed. That's where I do all my baking, and they're hot, fresh. Black Magic Donut is a great name for a donut shop, which I wish to open with you guys.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was
band
gonna say
name,
it
too.
sounds like a band name.
I love it. I love it.
So, you want to tell us a little bit about some of the lore behind it? I know you mentioned it last week, but maybe there's some folks here.
Sure. Yeah. I mentioned it last week, but yeah, I'd love to say it again. So the whole battle takes place on a mountain that is in the middle of the Quantum Shadow called Mount Umbra. If you don't know what the word Umbra means, it's quite literally the dark side of the moon. It's the side of the moon that never gets any light. That is a place where a lot of black magic is brewed. And so yeah, Mount Umbra is named after the dark side of the moon. Normally throughout the year, Mount Umbra is protected by a powerful wall of black magic. But every Halloween, our old trickster friend, the Nightmare Imp, dissolves that barrier and opens the mountain up, and it becomes a beacon of treasure hunting for wizards and warriors across the land. This Halloween, the Nightmare Imp, he's dissolved the black magic barrier. Wizards and warriors will converge upon the slopes of Mount Umbra to treasure hunt. And of course, those treasures involve black magic donuts, yes, but there are more treasures upon the mountain that you will have to wait and see, perhaps day of the event. But yeah, that's the lore behind the battle for Mount Umbra. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about it, Board?
Well, in terms of the map, if you're looking at your world, is Umbra in the vicinity of the location of last year's event?
Yes, I think last year the event took place in the Thorn, which is a forest that flanks the west side of the Quantum Shadow. So yeah, it's definitely in the same region for sure.
Very good, very good. Well, then that makes sense because people will be able to transport between them.
Exactly. Yep. But yeah, I mean, we've been playing some early versions of the game. Our team has at Magic Machine. Bear and Entropy, you guys have been on those playthroughs. What did you guys think?
I thought it was really fun, man.
Super fun.
I'll tell you one thing. I really need to dial in some of my aiming. That's one thing. And it's really like the map, the way that your team designed the map. It's really cool, but like I think someone was saying this during the playtest. You can see where you want to go, but you actually have to like figure out how to get there. It's not super easy. Like it's a bit of a maze, but not like a maze last year. I just think that the map design was really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm going to PR what you just said and make it sound like, for gameplay purposes, it's going to be easy for you to evade other people trying to attack you because it's not just like a flat map that you're used to. Lots of verticality to it. And so, yeah, appreciate that. I think it's something special. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff in terms of like cityscapes and like just again like flat surfaces. This one's going to be really interesting for people to both observe and to play. And yeah, I mean, in terms of just some of the logistics and just kind of the boring setup stuff, like if you guys don't have an Edison account yet, go over to edison.wtf. You can use Google to log in and create an account if you don't want to link your wallet. If you're Web3 savvy, you should link your wallet because that's how you get all the goodies. And it's very easy, takes a second. And of course, that's how you're going to be able to use your wizard or your warrior in game if you'd like to. So obviously, there's still time before the 28th, but between now and then, take the 30 seconds to go sign up and you'll be ready on game day.
Yep, definitely.
One of the things I was really impressed with you guys have built, Bear mentioned like the sort of the navigation of the area, but also just like the environmental effects. And it's so fun and immersive. And you guys have all these very cool, very very spooky vibes going on with like the fog, gentle fog that rolls in. And I remember the first time that I rolled in for this playtest, and I was just like stuck staring at that animation that you guys have built in the sky for like a solid minute. Just like, wow, that is really cool. Some big props to you guys on that. I think the other thing that I would tack on the end of this, and maybe a little bit of transition unless we have more stuff to talk about with the actual event, is noting that this will be the last opportunity to earn donuts during season 1. So I'll let Elf and Dotta expand a little more on that.
Yeah, I don't think we've announced that yet,
Yep.
but
Yeah, so that's the announcement. Yeah, that's this is going to be the event. The Edison event is going to mark really the closing of season 1 of Donuts. So I hope you got all of your daily donuts and your cards in the game, and you'll collect the donuts in the event. But that's going to close season 1. We're going to and we'll keep it closed until kind of further notice. It will likely reopen for a season 2, and we'll announce maybe some of the mechanic changes then. One of the things that will happen when we get to season 2 is, of course, you'll keep all of your season 1 donuts, right? So like when you go to your profile, you'll see your season 1 donuts are there, but we'll probably reset the leaderboard to be just for season 2. So yeah, you have to stay tuned about what's going to be involved in season 2. There will be most likely a new Runiverse event. There's going to be a little bit different dynamics, but yeah. So we're going to be closing the points program. So you've just got really a couple more weeks to earn those donuts.
Yep. Yeah, and then just one more thing. Bear mentioned that there's. I think you worded it as you need to work on your aiming. Yeah, that's another mechanic. The wizards will be able to shoot spells, and the warriors will be able to throw axes. So there's a little bit of an FPS component in the whole thing as well. A little bit of PvP. So yeah, yeah.
Fun.
Sorry, what was that?
I just said it was fun. Is all.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else on the Halloween event. I mean, we'll be talking about this, of course, pretty much every Wizard Wednesday until the event, and more information will be distributed on our Twitter account. But yeah, I mean, invite your friends, invite your mom, invite your grandma. You don't have to own a Forgotten Runes character to play. Everybody is invited. And I want to see 2,000 people in there, like the first day at least.
Worth reminding people too, this isn't like some download. You don't need a high-end machine to play. It's all going to be in browser streaming from powerful NVIDIA servers that you don't have to be paying for. So if you're worried about that, don't be. Pretty much, if you have an internet connection and a mouse and a keyboard, you're good to go.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, I'm going to go to some cult questions, and actually some of these are sort of attached to the event we just talked about. So Sporkley was asking about any Mount Umbra leaks. Sporkley, we will be sharing some really cool game footage very soon from the main account. The Edison team just sent over some beautiful video footage just this morning, so we're going to share that ASAP. And then Igdual found a tweet that you must have made, I don't know, a year or two ago, Dotta. You said, the Forgotten Runes Warriors Mint is in 30 minutes, 16,000 individual characters inting our global media franchise. It's the best collection Elf and I have ever created. Warriors aren't afraid of a little blood. And Igdual wants to know if that is still true.
I know what I said. Hey, go look at the 3D models. Go look at the 3D models. They are incredible. I just tweeted some. You know what? I'm going to tweet more right now.
Yeah.
They have weapons. They have shields. They have visors. There's corvids and wolfkins and I don't know, what do you call the elephant kin,
The
right? There's
Loxodontas.
bearsnake heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, they're just epic. They're epic. I'm so excited to share the models with everyone.
Yeah, Igdual. I think I was saying something similar too as well. It was just such a beautiful collection we made, and the biggest reason I was saying that is because the warriors are like a little bit bigger in stature than the wizards, and so that just left a little more room for pixel detail, and so the art just looks a little more rich. And then of course Dota and I learned a lot from doing the wizard collection on how to like just sort of craft a new character collection that we put into warriors. And then yeah, like Dota said, the 3D collection just looks amazing. I will say it was not made in house. It was made. We found a really talented studio called Game Vision, who made the 3D warriors. But I think they adapted our style pretty well. But I just wanted to give them credit because they did such a great job. Um,
I just pinned up a new set of warriors up in the pin tweets.
yep, yep. So yeah, I think that's really the only two cult questions we had today. And then yeah, Sasha and Oz, we're gonna come up sometime today. If Sasha and Oz, if you guys are here, just yeah, feel free to come up anytime. But I guess while we're waiting, Dota, did you want to go over the tweet you made today?
Oh yeah. So I'm trying to. One of the things that I feel in the market right now is like, of course, all of the attention is on sort of like meme coins and pure speculation, right? The Murad thesis talks about how like he basically says that like that kind of he was referring to DeFi coins, right? The DeFi coins have like there's a utility value, there's a community value, and then there's like a speculation value. And he feels that kind of meme coins are stealing both like the speculation and the community value from utility coins, so to speak, right? And I think we've had a lot of this view over the bear market of kind of it's all been meme coins, right? Meme coins are the only thing that like run. They're the only thing that people are really that interested in. And so I feel that actually what's happening as we're coming out of a bear is that like people are becoming more interested in fundamentals, right? You'll see this idea that like you can't like meme everyone bought the Murad thesis when it came out, but like it's actually pretty easy to poke holes in this idea that like with meme coins, you ultimately always have a bag holder because you never have that fundamental value growing, right? And so you all like it without any fundamental value, you're always stuck with the sort of greater fool thesis and people moving from thing to thing. And so that's maybe like the backdrop for some of the like writings and thinking that I've been doing, which is that I've been thinking about why kind of like why do we still work on NFTs and why do we still collect and trade them and build on them versus meme coins, right? And so this little essay that I was posting this morning is really just one out of like quite a volume of ideas that we're thinking through, which is like, well, really, I just don't think that everything has been built on NFTs that should have been built. All of the pitches for why NFTs were going to kind of redefine ownership and redefine licensing and redefine IP and be able to kind of like tokenize rights and revenue flows and cash streams. Almost none of that has happened yet, and it feels like this cycle, all of the pieces are there to make it happen, right? And so this essay like snippet that I posted this morning was just around this idea that um, I think that it's possible now to build tooling where creators get paid for their individual contributions, and that, this is actually maybe totally obvious to anyone who's in Forgotten Runes, because we've already done this with our comic books. But just to expand on the idea is that, like, what you typically have is a situation where, like, a lone genius creates a work which then gets, like, swallowed by a corporation, and then, like, if you want to try to license Star Wars, right, it costs like $100,000, and they don't care about how much you sell, right? So you have to go through this extensive, like, vetting and contracting process with a lot of lawyers. It's really expensive to license it. If you create something, it's really difficult for you to, like, come up with the contracts to license your IP or find people to license it to. And I think that, like, what you're seeing with what we've seen with other industries in the internet, right, is that with photography, you basically got this prosumer class once digital cameras made like the equipment cheap enough for people to own it themselves, right? I'm sure everyone here knows somebody who started a photography business, because now it became possible. You didn't have to be like have a big studio. And you see the same thing, like the classic examples with like Uber and taxis and Airbnb with hotels, right? You don't need to own a whole hotel. You only need to own like one room, and you can rent it out. And we haven't seen that same kind of like Uberification of creative works yet. You really haven't, like, maybe a little bit with like creative market or something, or assets, but not to the degree of like IP and like a franchise and a collaborative franchise. And so this is something that we're building. This is something that I think still can be done with NFTs, is like, you can build a structure so that any contribution, no matter how small, can roll up into a bigger work and be monetized appropriately, right? Another reason why this has never been possible is because now we have LLMs. With LLMs, you can actually like read through the historic contributions and assign sort of like attribution to who made what contribution. So I basically think that, like, the future of creativity is not just going to be large studios and large corporations who have armies of lawyers who have like this like magnificent capacity for like creating these works, but rather like with the right tooling and the right technology, with NFTs and some of the tools we're building, you'll be able to kind of monetize in smaller pieces. So
I think the blockchain piece is also critical to this only being possible now, meaning the blockchain allows you to trade IP on an open market. It allows you to track all creative contributions in an immutable way, and it's just like the perfect sort of catalog for all this creative input that wasn't really possible until now. Um, and I just wanted to also add, like, the whole meme coin cycle, Murad thesis. There's definitely a lot of value in what he's saying. But I hear it and I see opportunity for us, meaning, like, for me, I've always thought, like, our biggest value prop is the IP itself. And what is a meme? A meme is really just IP that has gone viral. Um, and so, that's core to what we are. And all we have to do is just spread the IP far and wide, and there's where our value prop is.
yeah, that's right. That, like, there's this idea of um, like the memification of IP, right? That actually is one of the original thesis that you see from like 6529 about punks, is that the mimetic value of punks being repeated of like nouns also was attempting this. Um, well, it's probably actually even traced even further back to, like, let's say like Yuval Harari, right? Um, if you want to get deep with it, but it's this idea that, like, these ideas are repeated over and over and over again, and that's where value accrues, when you have this kind of narrative that people like have beliefs in, or that they treasure, or that they enjoy. And so
Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly right. Like,
I've been calling them archetypes since day one. But I mean, an archetype is a meme. um, and that's what our whole project is built upon. But no, yeah, I mean, Dota is actually working on some really interesting stuff. He's not just like philosophizing in a vacuum right now. I think we'll have more information about what Dota's talking about in the future. yeah, exciting times ahead for sure. Okay, Sasha is coming up. But before I bring him in, sorry, Dotta, did you want to like finish off with it?
No, I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
Sasha, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Elf? And
I'm
and,
good.
and all the elflings?
Hey.
Sasha, are you in a Portuguese bar, 3 drinks in?
I was just a minute ago, but
Okay.
because out of deep respect for the community, we decided to come back to the apartment and
Okay.
only sound half drunk.
Okay. And is Oz gonna come up too? I would love to hear from Oz.
Yeah, he's I think he's in the audience. He just nodded his head. So
Okay, Oz, please come up
oh,
anytime.
okay, hold on. I need to tell him how to use Wi-Fi. 1 second.
Okay. And yeah, if for those of you who might not know, Sasha and Oz are coming on today to tell us about the Unchained game that they're working on, which of course uses a lot of Forgotten Runes IP. We've talked about it before, but I wanted Sasha to come up and really give us more details straight from the dev's mouth. So yeah. Oh, there's Oz right there. Let's see. Okay, we have Sasha and Oz on stage. Oz, welcome to Wizard Wednesday. Can you hear me, Oz?
I don't hear him.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
There he is.
Hey
There we
everyone,
go. Hey.
miss you guys.
What's up? Hey.
Oz,
Yeah.
is this the first time you've been on Wizard Wednesday?
No,
I don't
come
think
on, no,
so.
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, it hasn't been many times, but I've been a couple of times.
It's been a long time at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, with the whole Twitter X stuff with Brazil, I was kind of not using it much, but now I'm in
Gotcha.
Europe, so yep.
Okay, fantastic. Well, welcome back, and Sasha, welcome. So yeah, tell us what you got going on.
Well, I'll leave that one for Sasha.
You can tell him about your experience.
What experience?
In Europe.
Well, I mean, Sasha has been working hard on developing this game, like for a couple of months, like since at least the beginning of the year. So we already thanked a lot of people that voted for us for the DAO. So I would like to do that again publicly because these wizards have been amazing. So they showed like great support, and yeah, the game is coming in, and the Treasure partnership has been great news for us and for everyone that enjoys the proposal. So yeah, we have been doing a lot of stuff. I myself have been creating all the artwork in the game, and excited to.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, sure.
Can you tell us about the game? Like, give some context for folks who just know nothing
Yeah,
about
like
it.
start from the
Okay.
beginning. Give just
Okay.
like a brief overview of what the game is.
We just nailed it down the other day. Unchained is a game where you kill and rob your friends from a toilet.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Sounds
Wait.
skibbity.
Meaning you sit on a toilet in real life, but you're killing and robbing in
Yes.
the game. Okay, got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
That's the
And
best pitch I've ever heard.
thank you. We're raising a appreciate round there. You're welcome anytime. But really, it's a game where when the season starts, the floodgates open and everybody spawns on the map in different random locations. We all go through the same dungeon. It's the same map. And as you run into other people, well, you collect, open chests, you collect goodies, NFT items, gold, whatever. And you kill monsters and level up. But as you run into another person, be it foe or friend, you either trade with them, you run away from them, or you kill them. And when you kill them, you can rob some of what they carry. And then, you go on until the end of the season. And then at the end of the season, you can kill the main boss, which is currently the dragon. And whoever does that first gets 20% of the entire prize pool, which hopefully will be up to $100,000 for the dragon. So we hope to have enough people to get the prize pool to 500,000. But it starts at 50,000 minimum. and then it grows as people join.
That is insane. And to be clear, it's like a 2D pixel game, right?
Yeah, yeah, 80s era multi-user dungeon, vibes.
Yep.
Very
And
simple.
I've seen the art for it. Oz is doing all the art. It's one of my favorite styles I've seen Oz do. And tell us how Forgotten Runes intersects with this game.
Well, the actual events of this massacre occur in Mount Abyss, near Troll Mountains. Sorry, on the in Runiverse. And something has happened in the world of which I cannot speak just yet, that created the certain locations where space and time kind of go awry, let's say. And one of those locations is Mount Abyss, just so happens. And so a lot of adventurers who come to this part of the world and hear about this legend of gold inside the mountain above which the dragon sits, they enter the mountain only to find themselves all chained up in the dungeons where many of the minions of the dragons roam, of the one dragon, sorry, roam. And after they are chained up, every year, there's this gladiator style thing that happens where these adventurers are thrown against each other just for dragons entertainment. And those who don't survive get eaten, make for good breakfast, and those who do go back into the dungeon for another year. This happens for decades. And then one day, the chains break loose. There might be a kobold involved who may cast a certain spell just for fun and causes a lot of other side effects that I also cannot talk about just yet. But one of the effects that is intended is that all the chains break loose for people inside and they are not free. And so that is when you begin as an adventurer and you have a choice, right, to flee or to fight. And to be frank, like it's kind of a lore choice. In reality, you're now fighting because you're in a dungeon. But I suppose for the entire season, you can just choose not to do anything, and that's kind of the equivalent of fleeing, being a bit of a coward. But none of us are going to do that, right? None of us are cowards. So we are going to fight with our friends and enemies and kill and rob them and hopefully kill the dragon.
That sounds amazing. If you own a Forgotten Runes wizard or anything, is there any benefit to, like, can you play as your wizard, or is there any interaction there?
Currently, TBD. There's still a lot for us. Like we're just thinking in terms of skins and just general approach to rewards and how to balance fairness, because our whole shtick is we want this game to be not pay to win, not pay to earn, not pay to airdrop. It's casual, it's hyper casual and hyper competitive. So when you put in 20 minutes a day, that everybody else can only put in 20 minutes a day. You can go to sleep without worrying that the dungeon is being mined out or cleaned out or whatever. And next day you come back, you do your 20 minutes again. So same rules for everybody, very restricted, no wallet delegation, no whaling, none of that. I think other games are doing that. I think there's a lot of options out there. So we're trying to do something that is counter to what everybody else is building. And just like, hey, you're a trader on the timeline, you're a person of the family, you want to kill some people and rob them, and you want to have a defined season. You don't want a game that you have to pay attention to many hours a day or many months a year. So anyway, so we're figuring out those rewards and the skins. So we'll come back to that question.
That makes sense. I totally understand. So you can play 20 minutes a day, and you have to be sitting on the toilet while you're playing, right?
It just so happens to be the most perfect position, in my opinion. But you do have other options. You could be on a bus. You could be in front of a desktop if you're a loser. But yeah, we do support mobile and desktop, and we're trying to make it to where there's really not a whole lot of difference between mobile and desktop as far as speed with which you can play, because it's a real-time game before you fight, right? So moving around the map, you press a button, go move, great. But once you start fighting with another person, it's a turn-based. It becomes turn-based with time for each person to make a move. And so because of that, we're able to support mobile basically the same way as a desktop. You don't really have an advantage because it's not a reaction-based game. It's more decision-based.
Gotcha.
And just to add, an extension of the lore side, one of the things that I think are the most exciting for me personally is going through the community creations such as like Rune's TCG and trying to check some monsters and using lore from the community to expand it. Of course, we will be using like new ones that we'll create, but it's fun to see that we already have a very like large base of created characters. So I think this is a good opportunity to make use of them. And yeah, I'm like very proud to be part of this kind of projects, like that, envision the collaborative world creation and, take the opportunities to practice that.
I love that, Oz. I wanted to ask you about the black and white art. Sasha, I know when you first pitched this game to me months ago, you thought it was just going to be like a text-based game, and like there's a lot of magic behind just straight up text-based games. And then I think somewhere along the line you decided you maybe wanted to like just add 1 degree of fidelity, and so you started, I guess you hired Oz to do some art, but you still kept it very minimal, in that it's all just like low res black and white pixel art. Is that sort of why you guys went with that style, to just sort of keep with the whole notion around like really low fidelity artwork, it
Yeah.
ignites the imagination a little bit more than high fidelity artwork?
Yeah, when Sasha pitched the game to me, like he was using some old ink drawings from like uh, Grimm Brothers tales, like generic from the internet, like trolls, sleeping trolls, whatever. So that kind of approach was very cool. So I imagine like, why don't we do that but pixelized, to match the origin of these games? Because I think like most of us grew up in the 80s, so I think connecting to like those feelings of childhood and like creating a game that it's from like present time but nods to something that we always loved, which I think it's the same as Forgotten Runes. It's just this great mixture of several themes that we love, and I don't think it's like for nothing that Forgotten Runes is doing like a cartoon game and comics. So yeah, so I figured out that we should keep it simple, but and I always love like 1-bit artwork. I just haven't you played much with that, so I thought it was a good opportunity, and it seems that many people like it. So yeah, we're happy with this visual ID.
I think Alpha, first of all, Alpha, you were one of the earliest testers, so thank you. And you're right. Like I think for us in games, it's really great when we leave things for people to imagine instead of. I think this hyper realism is cool in its own way, but it leaves a lot on the table and kind of not a lot of room to maneuver, I would say, on the creative side in a way. It's kind of funny because you can do anything you want in hyper realism, but at the same time, I feel like it really puts people in this limited space of imagination. So it's cool. For me, it was always going to be text-based asterisk game. I don't think that a purely text-based game would capture the attention and get the popularity that we're looking to get. So, because for us, even though like the game has multiple funding sources, Forgotten Runes DAO was one of the first, but like we're really aiming for this to be a crypto Twitter game. This is for all communities, for everybody, and through that, they will learn more about Runiverse, and hopefully more of them join, etc. But this is a game for a wider audience, and so we're like, I think if it was just text based, it would be more niche, where there are a lot of people who love that, but it's not. I don't think it's for most people. So we're trying to find this middle ground. We'll have even some animations, hopefully, like some slashes, Pokemon style. I think Oz really wants to add that, and we'll have music. There's Carlos, who you know really well. Carlos de la Fuente is working on music for us as well, for when you run around, for battles. So it's not just text-based, but we want the feel to be of text-based, of the old school.
I know exactly what you're saying. One funny piece of misinformation I spread about this game last time is I saw the Treasure DAO tweet, and I interpreted it as one player will receive $500,000 for winning, but that's not the case, right?
Hey, it could be in a future season. Let's not rule it out.
That'd
Yeah,
be amazing.
we are limiting this first season to 5,000 players or NFTs sold to access the game because we really want to run it on a single server. Want to like not care about infrastructure too much. But as we, you know, put a handle on a project scope and then we scale into season 2 and 3 and 4, if we're successful and people like the game, then yeah, we plan to like quintuple the player base, and in that case, we could have a $2.5-3 million prize pool, and 20% of that will be $500,000. So I have no idea. There are too many factors. We might instead reduce the intro price instead of aiming at a bigger price pool. But
sure. Matto, is that you with your hand up?
Yeah. I just wanted to point it out for anybody who doesn't know. I feel like maybe we don't have too much of a spotlight on him, but Carlos de la Fuente is actually the musician that's behind the Forgotten Runiverse. So if you enjoy all the tracks that you hear in the Forgotten Runiverse, that's very good soundtrack. He's the one who's actually working on I'm actually really surprised that he actually got onto the Unchained game, but like very pleasantly surprised.
excuse you.
Nice.
Yeah, Carl's
That's
been
amazing.
amazing to work with.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's a fun piece of lore. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we've gathered the best and brightest from Runiverse to tackle this one. So
hell yeah. Very cool. Okay, and so then finally, I guess, has a release date been mentioned yet?
we get in trouble. So we put in our Discord that, by the way, join Discord. There's a referral program. When you invite, you'll earn some rewards in game. Obviously, we'll have more cool stuff in the future because we're still pretty early. We're aiming for alpha at the end of this year, and I mean, optimistically, honestly, release Q2, hopefully early Q2. The timelines kind of shift, as you know, when the project scope becomes bigger than what you thought, and all these things. But we have full-time lead dev on it for a month now. It's going great. It's just so yeah. Hopefully Q2 of next year is released, but there'll be beta and alpha before that, and of course, Wizzies will have the best chance to participate.
Awesome, love it. Cool. Well, definitely come back when you have more information to share or before launch. And I'm really excited that number one, you're using so much Runiverse lore. Number two, you've got one of the cult's favorite artists, Oz, working on it. And number three, you've got a Runiverse musician on it. So that's awesome, man. That's so good.
Thank you for having us. Super excited and hope to make the cult proud. And yeah, join the Discord. Let's have fun. And any questions, just ping me.
Great.
Amazing.
Great.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What's up?
I just said bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye. Okay, so also speaking of games, we have been nominated for the Games GG People's Choice Award. So there's a pinned tweet up here, which you can see slide back like 3 pinned tweets. The Runiverse game tweeted it. Go vote for us, because when we win stuff like this, then we get to tweet it all over town. It's a lot of really good free marketing to win the Choice Award for the best game. So yeah, take some time. You have a couple of weeks, but why wait? Just do it now. So yeah, vote for us for the Games GG People's Choice Award.
Yes, the link is at the top. These sort of things are actually important. They really do help. Like the whole project, the game, everything. So yeah.
Speaking of the whole project, you cut a really incredible video this week. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, you know what's funny is I really just cut that for our new website. And I didn't expect to tweet it, and then Dotta was like, "I'm going to tweet this," and I was like, "No, I'm going to tweet it because I made it." and yeah, it got a lot more traction than I expected. But yeah, I mean, it's really just little snippets of things that we've done throughout the years. Really, I pulled a lot of that footage out of the 3-year anniversary video that we made months ago. I don't remember when. I guess in last July. But yeah, I mean, it's it's always good to just look back on all the stuff that you built. When you look at a video like that, you see just a real variety of media. You see like full 2D animation, you see 3D stuff, you see a game, you see live parties. I put some cult content in there. Yeah, and it went pretty far.
It's so fun. It's so fun to see, just the same characters repeated over and over in different mediums, and
It just looks like a real franchise,
there's just
which
some,
which it is.
yeah, which it is. Yeah, there you go. Look at us.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
But yeah, so yeah, it's and I think we're only going to see more of that stuff in the future.
Yeah, and then like you said, you cut that video for the new website. The new website is well underway. We're putting together kind of a release for that, and so we'd love everybody's I don't know, retweets, I suppose, when it comes time to tweet that out. We'll make a nice cut video for it, and you guys are going to be so proud of us when you see the new design. So we worked with an incredible design firm called Moonbase. And so, yeah, that video was a version of a cut that's going to be on the website. And you guys, you're going to love the new website. It looks incredible. I can't wait. Can't wait to launch it. Niski's working really hard on it right now.
Yeah, it's Moonbase is so good. They've actually done a lot of Web3 websites in the past. So it wasn't one of those clients where we have to like go back to square one and explain what NFTs and Web3 is. Like they immediately knew. So that made it easy. Plus they're called Moonbase, and moons are kind of a meme in our project. So there was some quantum synchronicity there.
Yeah, and one of the great things about the homepage is it really helps bring everything together, right? We'll have 3D on there, talking about the game, talking about the trailer, the comic books, the map, and then also just some other things around like building with Forgotten Runes, right? We're going to have some new pages that help builders know where they can get plugged in, and what the rights are, and how to use the different APIs that we've built, links to community projects, Wikipedia, Book of Lore. So yeah, very, very excited to get that out. And that'll be, I don't know, within the next month or so.
Yep. Okay, I thought Sporkly wanted to come up and read some lore. But I guess while we're waiting for Sporkly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the Cult Content Chronicle compiled by
the illustrious Tanya Del Rio.
we lost
Oh,
everybody on that.
I was going for my mute button. God damn it. We're regressing.
Bear was at
Wow.
the Black Magic coffee shop, not paying attention.
I'm stuffing my face.
Wait, doesn't Meeple Dad's child have lore too? We're still gonna do that.
Well,
right?
I think I'm going to push it because Sporkly is going to read lore live, and I'm going to always prioritize live readers over recordings.
Got it. Understood.
But yeah, Sporkly, I'm gonna not do the chronicle, and I'm gonna jump to you if you're ready, Sporkly.
Oh, I feel special. Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm actually here doing a read for Sayori. I think he wanted to make it to. They've been wanting to make it to Wizard Wednesday for a couple of weeks, but work just keeps on getting in the way. So I'm just going to do a read for their Wizard.
That sounds great.
Amazing.
Begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this is for a girl, Enchanter Layla of the Riviera. Do I have my soundboard? Okay. I shorted it to 5 minutes, I think, if Claude is correct. Let's see. In the mystical realm of the Donut Atoll, atop the Necromancer Tower, grew an enchanter, no, an enchantress, unlike any other. Layla of the Riviera. Born with a deep voice and broad shoulders, young Layla faced ridicule from her fellow acolytes in the Purple Wizard Pavilion. Her father, a notorious necromancer of the Order of the Purple Hats, recognized her innate talent for chaotic magic and nurtured it. Fate, however, had other plans. Layla's father, like many before him, embarked on a perilous journey to Cuckoo Land in search of chaotic enlightenment. His parting words echoed with mystery. Nephilocoxigia awaits. The power of revolutionary ideation is undeniable. Left only with a crystal ball and a black cat named Artemis, Layla's magical journey seemed at a standstill. But the tides of destiny soon brought Druid Victoria of the Mist to the Donut Shores. Victoria, a master florist with a gift for storytelling, opened Layla's eyes to the wonders of nature and herbology. Together, these unlikely companions sailed the salt and the brine, collecting rare flora from the western shores. Their partnership, sealed under the mark of the Cultus Rosarum, soon blossomed into a flourishing trade of magical flowers. Layla's once mocked physical strength became her greatest asset as she navigated the treacherous seas. Returning to the donut as an adult, Layla found her true calling. She became the island's sole floral master with a rune of down, cultivating the Vince Lux Rosa, a glowing rose coveted across the realm. Her reputation in the purple haze affinity grew, matching her unique blend of necromantic heritage and druidic wisdom. Now, Layla cuts a striking figure in her purple yoga attire, a nod to her father's legacy, with blonde hair adorned with vibrant blooms. But beneath her nurturing demeanor lies a hint of darkness, a secret known only to the ancient tomes she pores over in the data of the night. As the jellyfish slime glows and the magical flowers bloom, Layla of the Riviera stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of fate and the power of finding one's own path in a world of chaos and wonder. Got him!
Wow. Wow.
Sporkly, I love that you come on here and do such dramatic readings for other people. It's not even your characters. I really want to give. Who did you say? Zyori's? That was Zyori's wizard?
Yes, it's Zyori.
I want to give Zyori props for acknowledging the alternate name for Cloud Cuckoo Land, which is Nephilocoxia. So well done, Zyori. That is Cloud Cuckoo Land is actually from a play from Aristophanes called The Birds. And the Greek name for Cloud Cuckoo Land is Nephilocoxia. And I'm probably not even pronouncing it right, but it's something like that. But yeah, Zyori, you went deep. And I also want to acknowledge that I think this might be the first lore that I've seen that takes, or at least has a connection to the Donut Atoll. So super fun. Thank you, Sporkly.
Thank you. I'm really happy that I got a chance to read their lore. It was really, I felt like when I was reading it, it was very personal to them. And there were a lot of experiences that they had that they also put into their character. I don't know. I just really loved the lore. And I'm glad that I could give it, spirit by reading it out. It was really hard to take out parts because I just wanted to fit into 5 minutes. But yeah,
Sure.
really overall super happy. Happy birthday, Zyori! I
Oh,
hope you
happy
have a
birthday,
great
Zyrene.
one.
Very cool. Well, yeah, come back anytime, Sparkly. We love it.
Absolutely. I will be a repeat offender.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, now I think we're going to jump back to the Chronicle, and there are some really good ones in this edition. So let's jump right in. I mean, number one is honestly, it might be the best piece in the Chronicle, and it's probably because it features me as a fat, disgusting slob eating a bunch of donuts.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
and I retweeted this and I said this is based on a true story, and it is based on a true story. We hired Burnt Coffee to redraw all of our donuts, and we will share those when the time is right. But yeah, I mean the whole the whole process between Burnt Coffee and I was her just like feeding me more and more donuts every day. And so yeah, I love the way they illustrated our little production pipeline. So very cool, Burnt Coffee, beautiful piece. And then Burnt Coffee did shared another piece of her wizard who is hangry. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in this piece. It's probably one of the darker illustrations I've seen from Burnt Coffee. And then Jason DeSante has been, of course, building just an amazing game. I don't even know. It's like part game, but part just fun experience with Forgotten Runes tokens. And it looks like he's finally got some Heroes of Cumberland into the game. It's just a really impressive thing that Jason has been building. He's also got little pudgy bread friend in there. It's super cute. And then the absolute man of the galaxy did a fun little pixel art piece of me holding a skull. And then they also made just a really cool image of like a purple cosmic dragon of some kind. Malevolent Dominus Spine shared a really interesting video introducing some lore behind Black Eden. This actually looks really interesting. It includes the wizards Virgilius the Sorcerer, Hinboyd, Crucifor, and of course Malevolent himself. Yeah, it's just really amazing. You should go watch it because there's sound involved too. And then Virgilius shared two pieces, although right now they are hidden from me, so I can't really see them. Maybe he deleted them. I'm not sure. Daniela Illustra, every damn week, continues to share some works in progress for the comic that she's been working on. Hi, I am Nate. Shared just a really beautiful piece of a warrior standing beside a fire in the glade of a forest. I've really been loving your work, Nate. Everything I've seen come from you has just really been just really beautiful and high quality. Speaking of high quality, everyone's favorite digital wizard DAOX Lab continues working on some sort of mystery world, 3D world. And it looks, he says he's got flying locomotion drafted. Basically, he's got a flying wizard working. And what's really fun about this particular piece is it's sort of a reference to the 2D trailer that we released. It's using basically the same wizard flying over water. So once again, a lore deep cut from DAOX Lab. Sharon, the mother of Forgotten Runes, shared some lore from the Emerald Forest. She shared a new bird species called the purple loons. Just beautiful, beautiful. You guys should go read the Wikipedia entry on the Emerald Forest. It is maybe one of the most comprehensive location entries in the entire Wikipedia. She goes over everything you would want to know and more in the Emerald Forest, including what kinds of birds live there. So yeah, it's really beautiful. Meeple Dad is giving us another sneak peek of some of the awesome stuff that is going to be in the Treasure Trove 2.0. A lot of artwork from Shadowy 30. And then, of course, Jason DeSante is continuing with Dancing Wizzy Vizzy Viddies. And this one includes, damn, I forgot the name of this project. Like these giant, like, dentures.
Yeah, I don't remember the name either.
Yeah. Grills
Grills
Gang, I
Gang.
think it is. Yeah, so we got Grills Gang in there. Zayla Soul made a really fun meme of me as Moses delivering the book of lore from Mount Sinai. Very, very cute, Zayla Soul. Bridge shared a meme of Jail Warden's Wizard basically as a Nintendo 64 game. Mala shared a sack of Chad Stones. That's all I'm going to say about that one. And then Orbis shared a gen of his wizard who has eaten too many donuts. And then I never know how to say this person's name. Maudu from the Kind Collective shared a really cute crossover of a wizard with a bear character. I feel like this is probably from some game on Ronin that I don't know of. But I love the crossover artwork. Hin Boyd shared a restaurant that I heard was went out of business years ago, Danny's. It's one of the Runiverse's favorite late night diners. Although maybe I'm thinking of Macwazir. Macwazir's is the one that went out of
Mac
business.
was years was I purchased it for $1.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, how come you haven't opened it back up, Bear?
Renovations are just really grinding me down.
Okay.
I'm painstakingly looking at every inch and detailing it perfectly.
Okay. It's going to be better than the previous owners.
Grand opening coming soon.
Okay.
Magus Wazir tax loss harvesting confirmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, fun fact, I have about 20 Mick Wazir's visors in the bear cave for the future employees. So raise your hand if you're interested in working at Mick
Yeah.
Wazir's.
And then you get them, and you're like, I got your Mac with your visors," and he's like, "I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't want one."
It's true, I made them. He was like, nah. I was like, okay.
Nah, I'm
Cool.
good.
Thanks a
I,
lot, Waz.
You can keep them.
I don't think you're going to have any employees until the next bear market, Bear. You know, that's generally when people are looking for jobs.
No, we're serving up meme coins and Bitcoin.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Zay, what's up, man? You got your hand up?
Yeah, I just had a quick question about like the donut season coming in. Like when it comes
Sure.
to RPG games, I'm like really like I don't like spending any of my resources. But because this is like the end of the donut season, would you recommend we trade those cards in to the bugbear? Is that something we should do?
Oh yeah. Maybe it wasn't clear that, for example, that you don't even lose the cards. You don't lose the NFT. So I guess that really wasn't actually that clear. You get to keep it. You trade it in, but you get to keep it, huh?
Awesome.
But yeah, you can use the bugbear room. You should. You absolutely should. You don't. It's net positive. You don't lose
Okay,
anything.
thank you. Yeah. All right.
Good question, Zay. Okay. Meeple Dad continues. Riddles in the Dark, day 289. Tanya Del Rio has been blowing everyone's socks off with Inktober. She has been on a 15-day streak of drawing cult members in ink. And on day 15, it was Arc Grave Lord Bayard. I don't know why I couldn't say that. And I think this was one of the prizes that she gave out during Magic Monday News. This one was for Malevolent. So that's awesome, Tanya. I've loved seeing all of these that you've been drawing every day. This one in particular is pretty funny. It's got this like lich, but he's holding a box of crayons. So I think what this means is the lich wants you to color him, and he looks very sad, and he won't be happy until you do it. And then of course, speaking of Magic Monday news, Tanya was the guest. Man, I wanted to listen to that one so bad. I had to go to dinner, but I think I can still play the recording, so I'm going to listen to this right after Wizard Wednesday. And then Sharon, in addition to the purple loons, she also shared an image of one of her warriors, who I imagine lives in the Emerald Forest. And that's it. That's it. That is it for the Chronicle.
Hey. Some really beautiful contributions this week. I just love going through it every time.
Yeah, it's so exciting just to see how much our cult builds and creates. Anything else, guys?
No, I think we're good. So yeah, come to the Halloween event. We'll talk about it more. Be on the lookout for the 3D Warriors after that, and then a new website after that. So we're cranking.
Okay, sorry. I have to ask a 3D Warrior question. I know we just shared a sneak peek, but like, then it looks like people are already finding theirs. These are not live on the website yet, are they?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You know, maybe there's a hacker.
I don't think they're live, but I think the people who are finding them may have a sense of how Magic Machine builds its prototype website. So manually typing in a URL.
Okay, I was curious how people were finding them, but yeah, it's
Shut
not the
it
official
down.
release yet. And also, you're probably going to find some mistakes if you dig too deep. So, you know, that's why they're not released yet, because we're still fixing a few errors on these rigs. But yeah, I hope you don't find the bad ones. But anyway, all right. This has been. Hold on. Let me get the music queued up. Great. This has been Elf, Bear, Dotta. I see Nalgene up here. Hi, Nalge.
Hi.
We had Board up here. Zayla Soul was up here. We had Sasha and Oz up here. And of course, all of the wizards of the Forgotten Runes Wizards cult channeling out from the Quantum Downs. GN, everybody.
Channeling from the Quantum Downs. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Black Gold Elf, Dotta Puppet too. Bearsnake by the ocean blue. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Kobolds and Dream Master Sword.